Well, that right there is gonna make a mess for sure. What's up, YouTube family? Gerald Greenlee here with Cleaning Green Lawn Service in Witt, South Georgia. Good news is the temperature's up about 20 degrees this morning from where it's been. Maybe not quite 20 because it's almost 9 o'clock. I've just been piddling around the house. I had a landscape job I was gonna do today. Well, mowing and landscape. And the customer has the straw at this particular job delivered. And basically I just checking on them goats. Basically I just I mow his yard, and while I'm there mowing, I go ahead and put the straw down, which works out good for me because I probably wouldn't be able to take enough straw to do it and the mowers, or a mower. So but it didn't get delivered. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm about to go to town and buy the stuff for that little platform and that ramp I'm gonna build for the lady up there to put under her carport. So the problem is she comes out, her laundry room is under the carport enclosed, but she has to step down out of the house and back up into the laundry room, and those are the same height. So I'm just building a platform across there so that when she goes out of the house she can walk in there without stepping up and down. She almost fell a couple of times, and she's about to be 90. So all right, man, we out spending money this morning, getting some stuff for that project, getting some stuff for my building. Got this 3/4 pressure treated plywood that I'm gonna build her little ramp deal out of. Unfortunately, I'm only gonna need about 1.25 sheets, well, about 1.5 sheets, I guess. But anyway, it is what it is. This stuff about $50 a sheet. We're gonna put the 2x4s on top of this, some 8-footers and some 12-footers, and then I'm gonna put the Sackcrete on top of it so it just all stays in there nice. Also, I just went and bought something else, and I'll tell y'all about that whenever I get back into trucking on the road. Stay tuned. All right, man, I got the Titan loaded down, boy. Got about 800 pounds of concrete back there. She's sitting more than level now, but anyway, you can't see the place. I went to a little place down there. One of my lawn customers sells metal buildings, and I had gotten online and priced a building, and because they didn't show, so the deal is, this is a carport for the house, and I wanted Galvalume because I got a Galvalume roof. Well, online they did not show Galvalume as an option, so I had gone to a couple of different websites. The place I ordered my last building from, they didn't show Galvalume. So I talked with a guy on, got online, found a company that did, got a price from them. That guy called me yesterday, and last night I was sitting there and I said, man, I'm gonna send him a text message. And so this is one of my lawn customers. So I sent him a text message. I said, hey man, y'all don't offer Galvalume for your carports or buildings? And it was a little while later, but he responded. He said, yeah. I said, oh. I said, well, it doesn't show up on the website. He said, well, we can get it. I said, okay. So I decided that I would go by this morning and see him. And the price was just, well, it was a little bit more because I had to pay taxes on it because I'm getting it here. I think the other one where I was ordering it from, because I would have been out of state, I didn't have to pay taxes on. So it ended up being just a little bit more getting it here, but it's one of those things. I really like to buy stuff local if I can. Now, I know they just selling it for a wholesaler and all that, but, they are getting a cut out of it here. It supports local businesses. And I certainly like to support people who support my business, you know. And so I went ahead and gave them the deposit. He said probably about a month. So I got to get up to the house here at some point and figure out exactly, you know, in the next couple weeks, figure out exactly where it's going to go, and get everything leveled out, you know, like it needs to be, and get the carport put in there. Well, that right there is going to make a mess for sure. Concrete in the back of the truck. All right, hadn't shot any footage, but I got my footer poured right here, and I went ahead and set my bottom plate in it. Put some nails in the bottom plate and just stuck it down in it while it was wet. And so tomorrow I can pull them forms off, and that'll be good to go. And so what I'm gonna actually do here, so I'm gonna run a top plate, screw it into that metal arch all the way down to the braces, and then I'm gonna come every 5 foot just like these are. I'm gonna put a double 2x4. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll run my 10 across that way. So got that going. I'm about to unload my truck now and see if I can clean up this mess. I went to pick up one of the bags at a Quikrete, and on the bottom side the bag just split, and so all that spilled out in my truck. I'll get all this lumber out and try to get the big stuff out. Then I may turn the truck around where the bed's angled down and then just wash it out, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to leave that junk in there, I know that. So let's get this thing unloaded. All right, I got my truck cleaned out. You know, it's crazy. One of my daughters, I always put tools on my Christmas list, and I think last year one of my daughters and my wife or somebody got me these Bora speed horses, and they're just nice, man. You just pick them up, click this button down here, the legs fall out. But this is the first time I've ever set them up and used them. So I'm gonna I gotta rip all of these 2x4s down because I need to finish out at 3 inches, and so I got 3/4 plywood, and so I'm gonna have to rip these down to actually I'm gonna have to rip them down to 2 1/4. So anyway, I could have took them all down to the shop, to my buddy's shop, to the table saw, but I'm just gonna do it here with a skill saw. Now see, this is one of the things that eventually, this in here is gonna be my lawn shop, but what I would like to do is to keep this 24 feet and then keep going to put me a wood shop in, you know. Maybe down the road. We'll just have to see how that goes, but that's something more long-term that I'd like to have, but it ain't nothing that I necessarily got to have. But see, this will be nice when it's closed in. If it's windy, if it's raining, even if it's cold, I can throw my diesel heater in here and at least knock the chill off. So anyway, time to get to work now, finally, now that it's 1:20 in the afternoon. GoPro died doing the time lapse. Not sure how far y'all got in it. I'll know by the time you see this, but well, right now I don't know. So anyway, I was gonna take and show y'all the kind of finished product. I mean, obviously I got to go install it. Take that Ryobi blower and blow it off. So here you go. So at her home, and you can see on this side we got the ramp. At her home, she's going to come out the door here. This is her door out of her house, and then right over here is her door into her laundry room, and that's to go out to her car. So she wanted the ramp all the way across it. So you know, that's what I did. So yeah. Now I just got this tacked on, about 5 or 6 screws, because when I go to put it in, I'll take this board off, I'll screw these two together like they are now. Well, they aren't now, they're just sitting there now, but I'll screw them together to pull them together tight, and then I'll have to put the board down. So yep. Now this ain't the best plywood in the world, but again, you know, this is already $50 a sheet. And I think we may end up painting it. If we do, I'll probably fill in some of this stuff. But I'm gonna probably go ahead and get it installed for her, and then if she wants it painted, that's just something I'll kind of go back and do, because I don't have the paint right now, and I'd like to go ahead and get it in for her. So anyway, this is well, that's a little over it's like a little over $100 in plywood. I don't even know what the 2x are. I got to figure them up, and of course the screws and all of that, so just for material. But I would imagine you're probably pushing $200 in material for that. So anyway, that's it right there. All right, done down at the shop, got everything cleaned up, put up. Well, sort of put up. I need to run, I got to go quote another job, another landscape, but you know, see the 2 I did last week, but one of them responded and said it was a little bit more expensive than what they were expecting. I said, okay. I said, there's some cheaper folks around here. We ain't in business to be the, you know, cheapest. And, you know, just, I mean, I was nice to them, but that's just a reality. And, you know, for us, we're going to do what we tell you. We're going to stand behind it, you know, and if we ain't going to rob you blind, steal your stuff, we ain't going to case your place out to see when we can come back and get something, you know. So the other lady looked at the invoice, she never even responded. So but you know, I just ain't gonna give away free work, man. I'm not gonna do it. If I'm gonna get out and do it, I want to make money. I want to make good money, you know. And yeah, some of those jobs, I mean, I would have quoted probably 2/3 of that when I started, and I didn't have no work. And look, in the wintertime like this, if I had a big payroll and things were tight, yeah, I'd probably cut some deals, you know. I know a lot of guys that do seasonal type work, even with construction and stuff, and in the slow times, you know, they tell me, say, hey, sometimes I take jobs, all it does is make payroll. I don't make no money off of it, but I keep my guys working, you know. Now, if I was in that situation, yeah, I'd probably give a little bit better deal this time of year when it's slow. But as I've said before, my price is my price. It don't matter if it's, you know, middle of summer or this time of year. All right, went and took a look at that property, and got a quote in my head. I hadn't put it on paper yet, but I'm gonna put that on get that worked up tonight and send that over to them, and you know, see what they say. We ain't done nothing but strike out so far this year. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut out the video here. Appreciate you watching. My prayer for you is always the same, that the Lord might richly bless you and that you might see all of your blessings as from him. Hope you have a great day.